Alright everyone, just a little pond update for you all. I am not, none of this is permanent by any means. I just came out here to play around with it because I haven't really done anything with it for a while. I haven't had time and, been sick and all that, like I said in my last video. But I want to take a little break in between homework and just kind of play around with some things. And there was water pooling at the bottom that was creating a lot of larvae and mosquito breeding grounds, so I wanted to make sure I had water movement in here again. So as you can see, I put the little pump back in there as a little spray, fountain spray, to get some water agitation, surface agitation. And then the other pump I have there, and this is kind of like a makeshift model of how I want to do my bog filter. So you have the intake, intake tube that goes into the bottom of the filter, and then the idea behind that is this is going to be filled with filter media. So I think I'm going to use either hydro balls or pea gravel or lava stone, just anything that will create an area, more surface area for beneficial bacteria to grow. And then that tube goes to the bottom, so all the dirty water goes to the bottom, rises up and filters, and comes out the outtake valve there. I am going to have another area over here where I'm going to drill a hole so that I can flush it out. The water that I'm going to flush out is going to lead to my garden area and water my garden. So I want to be able to attach a hose or something so that it can lead to, watering my garden over there. Or I might just connect a PVC pipe and a little off-on valve and have that option, so that if I do want to just switch it to watering my plants, I can do that too. But it's important to have that so that when you clean the filter, it's a lot easier. I just wanted to see how this would work. It's uneven. I'm probably not even going to use that bucket, but I just wanted to show you guys the model, kind of a rough draft of what I have planned. And then after you put all the filter media in the bog filter setup, on the top you put plants. So it kind of is like a plant holder, and it looks pretty. I mean, this one looks ugly, but hopefully the finished final draft will look pretty, and I'll have some plants growing out of the top. The plants obviously help absorb nitrates and help filter and purify the water. So I might also want to include some carbon in there, some activated carbon. I'm not sure yet though, because that has a lifespan. So if I do activated carbon, I will have to change that out every so often. And I really you don't want to do that, because typically the older your filters are, the more time they've had to create a lot of beneficial bacteria and work better. You don't want to remove any of the media, because then you have to start over, and a lot of times it can crash your cycle. So I don't know yet what I want to do. I still gotta figure that out. But yeah, this is what I have. I also want my pump to go on that corner. I kind of want it to go on that corner, but I kind of don't, because that is in the sun. The sun has moved now since we're hitting more summer hours, and this is actually getting more sunlight. So since that's the case, I might want to put it over here, because I don't really know how long it's going to hold up if it's in the sun. Or another option would be, once I enclose this area, because I am going to have to fence this area in for bubbles, maybe put a little shade over in that spot so that she can still get sun over here if she wants, but the shadier in Arizona, the better, because it gets so dang hot here. So I want to get a longer tube because this one's too short right now, or just a better pump, you know. That's going to cost money though, so I can't get that right away. Either case, I want it to go over there and have like a cycle. Sorry, I'm moving my phone around all crazy. It's probably making you guys sick. I want you want the water to kind of flow in a natural cycle too. So this water is going to push it already naturally in that direction where it's going to cause that, you know, to filter even better and for the water to have like a current or flow. I'm going to also maybe get a few more of these little guys. There's one on Amazon that has air stones, and just kind of sprinkle them throughout to get some aeration in the water. The more you can aerate your water in Arizona, the cooler it will be, and also that helps prevent algae from building up. So you're still going to get algae because look at, you're hitting sun. It just is what it is. Algae comes with the territory. Bog filters help with that a lot though, or so I've heard. It's all an experimentation, so I guess I'm going to learn and see for myself if that's really the case. But yeah, it would be awesome if I could just run up to like Ace Hardware and start getting the stuff for the actual bog filter, and then get a bag of, you know, river rock and start lining the outer perimeter, because I think this is a good level now. Like this wall is holding really well. I'm going to reinforce, so maybe put a little bit of retaining wall along the outside, and then I also want to have like an like a spill off runoff. It will probably go along this back wall and into my garden area. It's cool because this is all running off of solar, so I want my garden to run off solar, I want my pond to run off solar. This unfortunately isn't big enough to do like have any type of like real fish in there like tilapia or anything like that, but maybe eventually I'll expand this out a little bit and then I can farm my own fish. It's kind of a dream of mine to be able to do that. Basically just homesteading on my tiny little, I mean, it's pretty big. I have a decent sized yard, so I could probably do quite a bit with what I have here, but definitely not like a homestead size by any means, but a girl can dream. Most of my trees over here are dead, unfortunately, because we got like a little heat wave, and so my apple trees got hit pretty hard. They're not completely gone yet, but they're pretty dry. Mango that my brother gave to me is almost gone. This one's barely hanging in there. This one's done. This mango tree is doing well, and my avocado is actually doing really well, so that's interesting. My berries are pretty much done for. Grape is hanging in there over there. Yeah, so just wanted to give you guys a little update on the pond, and that's all. I will keep updating you guys on it. Gotta take my drills in. Oh, I'm going to also go ahead and dump my plants in here from my shrimp tank and see how they do in this water with natural sun. I think I got a little snail in there. Could get some snails going in here. That would be good. Come on. Get in there, little snail. Got some. Okay, let me get that little guy. All right, cool. So we got our first little snail guy floating to the bottom. We'll see if he makes it. All right, let me get the rest of my plants in here. See if any of those survive. Some more snails. Get in there, snails. And this is dwarf water lettuce. So dwarf water lettuce is a plant that you can have in the pond. Unfortunately, it's not like a turtle safe plant, so that's the downside of that. So I will have to fish all this out. But, oh, my son's calling me, so I am gonna get going now. Hope y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.